Natural looking results are their specialty, and they want you to look and feel your best, both on the outside and on the inside. Today, we are thrilled to talk to Renee Puckett of Anew Aesthetics and Med Spa.
This is Charleston Women Podcast, where you can meet like-minded, strong, independent, professional, and inspiring local women. This is Charleston Women Podcast.
And now we welcome to the Charleston Women Podcast, Renee Puckett, who is the owner of Anew Aesthetics and Med Spa. Renee, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, I've said it before. A lot of people are listening. They can't see you, but you look amazing. So we're all going to lean in and listen to what you offer because we want to look like you do. Just tell me a little bit about what it is that you offer.
So I offer a full med spa. So I offer your standard Botox filler, things of that sort. I have microneedling. I have RF microneedling or radio frequency microneedling, like Morpheus. Morpheus is a big name. So one of those. And I also offer something that I'm really excited about. And one of my favorite things to offer is Cellenis Derma PRP. So what that is, PRP, as most people know, is your platelet-rich plasma. So it's your own blood, comes right out of your body. So it's 100% natural biostimulator. So if anybody's ever heard of Sculptra, it's Sculptra except from your own body. So it helps to stimulate your collagen and elastin and just give your skin in general an overall youthful, rejuvenated look, as well as help rebuild that tightness and some of that nice lift, if you would, that a lot of people like to get, that help us look younger.
Why? I mean, after 40, I feel like it's just kind of downhill. I hate to say that, but at least I'll speak for myself. That's when you look in the mirror and you're like, what? Like things just aren't the same anymore. Is that just loss of collagen and elasticity? It
is. It's a natural part of life, unfortunately. Yeah. We actually start to lose collagen at a very young age.
Really?
Yeah. So not only do we lose collagen, but we lose our natural fat pads and our bones actually start to shift. So it's just all a part of that natural aging process that nobody wants to go through, especially women.
You're full of good news, aren't you?
Yeah, I know. Unfortunate news. Right?
Yes. So I have so many things to ask. Let's start with, let's say you see a woman who, first of all, you see all ages. What would you say is your youngest patient?
Believe it or not, I have some younger 20-year-olds.
Really? Okay. Yeah. So walk me through a consultation. If someone comes to you, is there like a common concern? Is Botox maybe the first thing people start with and then you progress from there?
For most people, that's where they like to start. And my 20-year-olds, they're starting early. They're starting the anti-aging process, if you would, treatments for that. So a lot of them don't really need it when they come in and they're like, oh, I don't want these here. I need Botox. And I'm like, look, let's try some microneedling or something first, I'm always going to do what my clients want to do as long as it is beneficial for them. I'm not going to do something if I disagree with it. That's one thing that I do. I'm not going to do something that's going to harm them or give them a bad result. Even if that's what they're wanting, they've researched it. If my expertise opinion is that I don't agree with it, then I'm going to tell them, and I'm not going to do that for them. But back to the question, yes, most young girls come in wanting Botox first. Botox is where most people start.
Yeah, the gateway drug, if you will.
And the microneedling is also very popular.
Yeah, so tell me more about microneedling, because I found it interesting. You said if you have someone really young who's like, I want Botox, you're like, let's try microneedling. How does that work?
So microneedling is another collagen stimulator.
Okay.
That's what it's called. It's a collagen stimulator. So as I said, we start to lose our collagen fairly early, believe it or not. So, but the microneedling just helps to overall stimulate that collagen again to help reduce those fine lines, wrinkles, things like that.
Okay. So I know everyone's different. We all have different concerns, but if you had to establish a refresh package, someone who maybe is in their 40s and it's like, I don't feel as confident as I used to. What would you suggest to her?
Again, like you said, everybody's different. Yeah. So it really depends on that individual person and how advanced They are in their skin concerns, whether it's a hyperpigmentation,
Right.
if it's a lot of women fortunately age gracefully. They don't need a whole lot of stuff, even at 40. They don't need a whole lot. But I do recommend, one of the main things that I recommend is that biostimulation. Everybody needs that. That's the biostimulation is the Sculptra, or what I like to use is the PRP, because it just helps to stimulate our own collagen, our own good things that we have in our body naturally.
Well,
so
book me now.
In 1996, it was Southern Women to Women magazine. Now it's Charleston Women magazine. Charleston Women is all about strong, capable, confident, hardworking, nurturing, determined, dedicated, and inspiring women. Our readers are business owners, entrepreneurs, mothers, sisters, wives, and grandmothers. Pick up your copy of Charleston Women magazine at Charleston area Harris Teeters and Food Lions. Charleston Women magazine. We are Charleston Women.
You're listening to the Charleston Women Podcast.
All kinds of questions about this. I'm sure one that you get frequently is like, what's the downtime? Is this something that you can go in at lunch and return to work? Is this something that takes several days to recover?
absolutely you can. That's the good thing about it.
Really?
No downtime. Yeah.
Wow.
As with most things that we do here, sometimes bruising happens.
Sure.
It's unfortunately part of it, and sometimes you have a little bit of swelling. So those things are common. Those are very natural things to happen. So that's about it, though. Really, there's no downtime like you have to be in the bed for a week, or if you have surgery, like you don't want anybody to see your face for a week. That's not like this with that.
And is that a shift that we're seeing in the industry? I remember when I was young and my aunt had a facelift and I was like, oh my God, like it was really scary. Now, like we're not seeing that, or it's being delayed because we're doing other smaller procedures leading up.
Exactly. Yes. And unfortunately, we do have some of those ladies that they've come to us too late. And that's where we have to tell them, you're not a good candidate. You are a surgical candidate. Right. You're a lift candidate. You need to see the surgeon. Right. I can't really help you.
Yeah. And that can be wonderful, but then let's try to do all the things before we have to do that. Right?
Exactly. And that's why we have some of those ladies come in early. The 20-year-olds are coming in because they're like, I know what this is going to lead up to. I want to start the process.
Like, I saw my mom. I don't want to look like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there any new technology, any like miracle service or product that you're like, every lady should be doing this? Is that the stimulation?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know I keep saying that, but that's because I really believe in it. I truly do. Yeah.
How often is that? So, like, how often would you do that procedure?
Well, typically you're going to do at least 2, maybe 3, about 30 to 45 days apart. Okay. Then once you get to your sweet spot, if you would, whether it's that 2 or the 3, then you can even spread it out to once a year, every 9 to 12.
Good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I was looking at your website and your social media, I love that you keep using the word natural. You want people to look refreshed, to still look like themselves. Right. And you were telling me previously, that's not just you. You feel like that's kind of a trend in the industry?
I do. I do. I know like a year or so ago, people like the bigger lips, the bigger cheeks, where you looked like you had something done. You looked like you were going to a spa or something. But now the trend is more, I have a lot of my people come in and they're like, I want to look natural. I don't want people to necessarily know I've had anything done. I don't care if they know, but I don't want to necessarily them look at me and say, oh, she just had her lips done, or, oh, she just had work done. So the trend is now is more natural look, which is what I like. That's what I specialize in. I like to give people that natural look.
Right. Renee, where do we find you again in West Ashley? Because I know you've piqued a lot of women's curiosity. And what's the process? Do you go in for like a consultation first so they can decide like which of these they need?
Sure. I am located in West Ashley, 742 St. Andrews Boulevard, so pretty easy to find, very close to downtown. And the process, it depends, again, on what, we have some experienced people. They come in, they know exactly what they want. Okay. I may not know them yet, so I take a few minutes to get to know them and what their needs are. And then we go from there. Then I have others that this is their first time. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they need. Right. They just know that they want to look a little refreshed or a little bit younger. Yeah. So if that's the case, then yes, we schedule them a consultation. We take as long as they need to figure out what they want, what they need, and what I feel like is best for them. And then if time allows, we can even do the process that day. Otherwise, we can just schedule them for a later day.
Right. I mean, that's pretty great. If you could slide in there, get a consult and get, something done that day. It's got to make you feel pretty good. I'm sure women leave there with, shoulders a little farther back, head a little higher. Like you make people feel good.
And that's my
deeper than skin deep is what I'm getting at.
It really does. It really does. That's what makes me love my job. That's what makes me love doing what I do. When I get text, I think I shared one on my social media the other day. She's just randomly sent me a text and she said, extremely happy, 500% impressed, so more confident, 500% more confident was her words. And that just makes you feel good inside to know that you are helping other ladies feel good about themselves.
Right. That gives you your purpose in life, right? Giving women that confidence. I was looking at your bio on the website and I thought it's interesting, in nursing, you also had like a specialty or, had gone through a forensic nursing program. I just find that that's like crime scenes, like what we think CSI, that's what that is.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
So you decided not to take that route. How did you end up where you are today?
Well, I've always wanted to help people. That's been always my goal. And I think that was part of the reason why I did part of the forensics. Yeah. And then unfortunately, I just never followed through with that. I don't know why. I didn't. Well, it takes several hours to get through that process. Right. But just then the Botox and fillers and things of that sort it kind of blew up, Yeah. It's been popular, but a few years ago, for me, it just became more in my face type. Yeah. And I was like, I want to do this. I want to help ladies feel better about themselves on the outside, just like I do on the inside, because I am a nurse practitioner. So I still do some general practice as well. So, and by doing general practice, you help people on the inside. You help them feel better on the inside. So I thought, well, if I can make them feel better on the outside like I do on the inside, then that just the best of both worlds.
Yeah, that's good all around. Yeah. When did you take that leap and say, like, this is it, I'm going to start my own business? Not only am I going to do, the aesthetic industry, but like I'm going out on my own, because that's a brave move.
It was very scary.
Yeah.
Especially I started in 2020, right in the middle of COVID.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. So I started right in the middle of COVID. It was either I'm going to do it now or I'm not going to do it. So I really just took that leap, just said, this is the time, I'm moving forward. And I just did it. Yeah. And haven't looked back since.
And it was the same location where you are now? Like you stayed in that spot?
Actually, I've upgraded. So I started in a small one room. I just rented one room out from a wellness center, and then I recently moved here to my area now. So it's a big jump. So I'm trying to make things, grow. Trying to grow.
I love that. No looking back. And also, we need to talk about, you have a membership, correct? That's probably like the best way to get your services.
Correct.
Okay. Correct. Tell me how that works.
We are actually having a launch event on February the 6th for that. And we're celebrating Valentine's, Valentine's celebration and a membership launch event. But there's a couple of different memberships you can choose from. So depending on which one you choose, there's different levels, obviously. But with those, you get either a free service of, for instance, one is a medical grade hydrofacials. Nice. So if you pick that one, then you get the medical grade hydrofacial every month. Plus, you get really good discounts on other things that you might want to continue to do, like Botox fillers, chemical peels, even skincare lines. So you get 15 to 20% off on those things as well.
That's great. That adds up. Do you sell products? Do you have product recommendations?
I do. We have Illumier MD here. We have Dermamade here. And then we have VI Peel products here. So full skincare lines.
That's great. And does your membership include product discounts?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, see, it just keeps getting better. So I keep
it keeps getting better. Yeah.
Pretty much a no-brainer. Renee, before I let you go, I always ask, busy powerhouse entrepreneurs such as yourself, how do you start your day? Are you someone who, meditates? Do you do yoga? Do you have to go straight to the coffee pot?
I have to have my coffee. Yes. Yep. I start off with coffee. And, everybody's newspaper now is Facebook or Instagram. So yes, I start off with some coffee and just kind of skim through to see what I missed overnight or something of that sort. And then begin the day. Then I move on. But coffee's first. Coffee's
then you
always
move in. I'm with you. Coffee is literally the first thing I do when I leave the bedroom.
Exactly.
And what would you say to someone else who is out there who maybe it's not even like an aesthetics industry, but wants to take the leap and start her own business or make that bold move? What words of encouragement would you say to her?
You just do it. You have to do it. You have to be confident. Be confident in yourself, because there's other people that are confident in you. The people that you're surrounded by are confident in you to do it, and just do it. Just take that step. Just take the step and do it.
Yeah, you're proof that it works. If you can survive COVID, launching during a pandemic, and you're still here 5 years later, like that's pretty impressive.
And I'll tell you, I know nothing about starting a business when I started it, and I'm still learning. The business aspect of it. Nothing about it, but it's grown each year. So
you're doing something right. You're doing something right. It's amazing what you can figure out on your own. Right. Exactly. Out of necessity. And there's always YouTube.
Exactly.
Right. If you don't know that software or something, just YouTube it. Like there's a video somewhere.
Yeah. Exactly.
Renee, before we go, I want to reiterate. So you are on, your website is anewcharleston.com, Facebook
Correct.
and Instagram, Anew You Aesthetics Charleston. Anywhere else people can find you?
No, unfortunately, I'm on Facebook and Instagram. I don't have a what do they call it? X. I don't have an X or anything like that.
You're fine. I think that's enough. That's all we need.
Yeah.
Renee, is there anything else you'd like to add that I didn't ask before we go?
I don't think so. No, I'm just excited to have had this opportunity, and I appreciate you.
Well, this has been so fun. I can't wait to stop by and check it out.
Tell
me all the things that I need. All right, Renee, thank you so much. This has been Renee Puckett from Anew You Aesthetics and Med Spa on the Charleston Women Podcast.
Thank you.
Thanks for spending time with Charleston Women Podcast. Please like us and follow us on whatever platform you're using to access Charleston Women Podcast.